Let's get started. It's a very interesting thing to understand. So I've written the same things which I mentioned on the previous slide here back again. Now it should not be confusing for you at all because I've explained you how we have got this. And don't get intimidated by the grids which I have shown. It is just for your understanding, these grids. Once you understand what I'm going to explain, you can easily do away with the grids. It's completely fine. So what we are going to do is we are going to go this way from left to right. We'll analyze something here first, and from there on we'll translate and make our final diagram, and then we'll see what is the delay of this multiplication and can we improvise it further or not. Fair enough? Okay, let's get started. The first P0, if you see, we are going to fill in this column and this column. If you see, it's nothing but A0 B0. If you see, this is nothing but this term A0 into B0. It's nothing but A0 is 1 bit, B0 is 1 bit, two 1 bits are multiplied, which is nothing but an AND gate which we just saw. So there will be an AND gate which will have an input. One of them would be an A0, other one would be a B0, and whatever I get, the output of that AND gate will be nothing but my P0 signal. So the first column is very simple. Let's quickly go ahead and do that. So this is my first column AND gate. One of them is A0 as we discussed, other one is B0, and there's nothing but my final P0 which I have got. Isn't it? Very straightforward. Let's go ahead and see the second column, P1. P1 is, if you observe properly, it's A1 B0. Again, we'll get this with an AND gate added with A0 B1. So first we need to understand how we will get our A1 and B0. That is nothing but an AND gate. Then we need to understand how do we get our A0 and B1. That is again nothing but another AND gate. And when we get both the outputs of this AND gate, we need to add this. So there are two outputs to be added. So it's nothing but an half adder which we need to integrate. Let's quickly go ahead and do this. So here we know that there are going to be two AND gates. Now we know the inputs of this AND gates, and the output of both these gates needs to be added, which is nothing but a simple half adder, and this will give me my P1. But remember, half adder will have two outputs. One is a sum and other one is a carry. So the carry, we are going to take it to the next stage. Just keep this in mind. And we'll call this carry as, because this is the first stage, I'm going to call this as C1, and this sum which has become P1 now, I'm going to call it as S1. Just very simple. Fair enough? Has everyone understood? There are two terms which needs to be ANDed, which I have shown with two AND gates, and both these outputs needs to be added, which is nothing but an half adder because there are only two inputs. So it's an half adder circuit. Let's quickly go ahead and draw this here. So this is going to be my AND gate number 1. This is going to be my AND gate number 2. One of them will have an input A1, other one will have an input B0. For AND gate 2, it will be A0 and B1. So this gives me my AND gates. The output of both of this needs to go to a half adder block. So let's put a half adder block which will produce a sum and a carry. So sum will go down, and we'll call this sum as nothing but P1, and carry will go to the next stage. So this is carry which is going to the next stage. We'll call it as C1 because it's coming out of the first stage. Okay, so second column was also fairly simple.